The following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. This is Main Street Sports Today, covering high school and college and pros. That's right, preps to pros on Main Street Sports Today. Now with the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Yao.
Welcome in to this Tuesday edition of Southern Middle Tennessee. I did it. Main Street Sports Today. You just said it. Hey, I was thinking, and this is one of the reasons that just happened. It is Tuesday, and we don't have a top 5 topic. So you guys be thinking about that, please. I will continue thinking about it as well. That's where my mind was, and that's what happens. So you know how it goes. It's Main Street Sports Today, and it is Tuesday, and we are glad to have you with us here on another edition and looking forward to it. Mo, welcome in to this beautiful Tuesday. It's so beautiful outside. The sun is shining in my face.
Yeah, I've got the blinds closed, and it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, yeah.
I wish I had blinds.
You do what you got to do for the show, so you know.
Wish I had blinds right now. Wish I had anything that could just block the sun. I'm not sure which is worse, this or Chattanooga.
You're not hot, I don't guess.
Well, no, it's not 75 degrees outside like it was there in December, so there's that. Oh, man. Well, we've got a lot to get to today. We've got Joe Williams coming up on the show. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk some college football, college basketball. We'll get with Chip Walters. It's Top 5 Tuesday. Tons to get to. But we have an amended schedule. What in the world is he doing? He's killing me. We have an amended high school schedule today, Mo, and this is the reason that we created the rundown, was for moments like this.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you yesterday's results and today's schedule. Listen closely, because if you don't hear your school called,
they're not
playing tonight. So this is the most updated schedule we have. We believe it to be as accurate as possible. So let's give it to you. Yesterday's results, today's schedule on the rundown.
This is the rundown.
Let's do it.
This is your Tuesday Rundown, brought to you by Jim Davis at Grow Live Give. Visit them at growlivegive.com or give them a call at 615-682-0022. Securities offered through IFP Securities, LLC, DBA Independent Financial Partners, IFP member, FINRA, SIPC. Investment advice offered through IFP Advisors, LLC, DBA Independent Financial Partners, Registered Investment Advisor. IFP and Grow Live Give are not affiliated.
In Monday NCAA men's basketball action, Ohio Valley Conference action in particular, Tennessee State defeated Tennessee Tech 80-64, and that was a popular score apparently because Belmont also defeated Southern Illinois of Edwardsville 80-64. Grayson Murphy with a triple-double in that one, the former Independent standout. NHL action, St. Louis defeated the Preds 5-3 after the Predators led early 2-0. NBA action, the Grizzlies get back on the beam with a 119-106 win over the Chicago Bulls. And in the final game of Super Wildcard Weekend, wasn't very super after all, the Rams with a 34-11 win over Arizona.
Tuesday high school basketball action tonight. Spring Hill travels to Marshall County. Lawrence County, the County Cats hosting the City Cats of Tullahoma. And the University of School of Nashville will travel to Columbia Academy. In NHL action at 7 p.m. tonight on Bally Sports South, it's the Vancouver Canucks in Nashville to take on the Preds. And NCAA men's action tonight, Vanderbilt hosting number 24 Tennessee. That's an 8 p.m. tip-off on the SEC Network. And that's going to do it for today's rundown. All right. So today's top story, or today's first pitch, if you will.
Opening tip.
The opening tip, the first pitch, the puck drop. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. JP, come back.
What you got?
Well, we have to talk about our friend Mo Patton, because not only is he a Hall of Famer, but you might have to change some intros, because he was just named National Sports Media's Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year.
Hey!
Give him a hand, folks.
Man, it's big stuff, Mo.
Stuff like that happens when you manage to stick around long enough. So maybe it was just my managing to stick around long enough.
I seriously, it's what's most impressive to me about this is that you spent half of your Sports Writer of the Year with Southern Middle Tennessee Sports, sm-tnsports.com. This is not an award that typically goes to people who write for what most people would just call a blog.
Independent.
But that goes to show the level of professionalism that you and that we three brought to Southern Middle Tennessee Sports. And obviously this is a great award, something that we absolutely have to give you all the props for. This is not something that you did because you stuck around. I mean, this is an award that you got for this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Well done.
We did some good stuff. We did some really good stuff with Southern Middle Tennessee Sports. And, before we became Main Street Murray and joined Main Street Media, we did some good stuff. And, it's nice to be recognized for it, because like you said, we certainly did it off the beaten path. I mean, if you look at the list of award winners for the Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year, I mean, Teresa Walker, friend of the show, won it the past 2 years. Joe Rixrode, another friend of the show, won it the 2 years before that. And Teresa won it the 2 years before that. So, I mean.
How does Teresa feel today? You knocking her off her post?
Man, knocked her off the pedestal.
Yeah. Will she join it?
More importantly, how does Joe Rexrode feel? Because he didn't continue
It was supposed to be his turn, right?
His turn, right?
Yeah. Well, they both sent congratulations via Twitter. So, I don't know.
That's awesome. No, we're so proud and glad to have not only the Hall of Fame talent, but now the Sports Writer of the Year for the state of Tennessee. Broadcaster of the Year went Terry Cripps.
Cripps. Oh, God.
Cripps. Terry Cripps.
Oh,
you didn't do that.
Mr. Cripsy. But seriously, though, very excited to have that information today. Super cool and well done. So, all right, that was our first pitch. And we will now pitch it to Joe Williams of the Williamson Herald, who will join us on the other side of the break. So you guys stick with us. We'll talk high school sports right after this. Stick around on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ned Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods is a full-service sporting goods store that supplies everything you, team, or your entire league need for sports. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com. Apparel, equipment, fan gear, from postseason prep to customized trophies at season's end. They've been in business more than 50 years because they give you the best products, the best service, and the best prices possible. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, located in Neely's Mill right here in Columbus. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Oh, hot, 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 hot.
Hey, welcome back in Southern Middle Tennessee. Jeez. Mo, you're going to have to start bringing us back in for a minute.
All right, cool.
I
can do that. Starting
my
now?
mind is bringing, I guess I'm reading stuff. And so like, it's just habit or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, welcome back in Main Street Sports today.
You got it. Okay. All right.
You may have to take us out, man, to bring us back in. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Let's talk a little high school sports because, as we just said, tons of games got kind of pushed around, Mo. Spring Hill, Marshall County, Tullahoma, Lawrence County, USN, and Columbia Academy will continue to play as scheduled, but that leaves about, 8 other games, something like that. A bunch. Let's put it that way.
8.
There were 12 games scheduled for tonight.
11.
3, 6, 9, 11. So that leaves 8 games that have been pushed. Some of them to tomorrow. Some of them, whatever.
One to Saturday.
One of them to Saturday. So we know that what games have been pushed to tomorrow, Mo?
Tomorrow. Collinwood is at Culleoka.
Okay.
Columbia Central is at Summit.
Okay.
Hampshire is at Richland. Ravenwood is at Independence. Santa Fe goes to Wayne County. That game will be a 5 o'clock start. So they're leaving at lunchtime. No, seriously. And then on Saturday, Summertown and Mount Pleasant will make up their game that was originally scheduled for tonight, which creates issues in that Summertown was supposed to play Lawrence County on Saturday, and Mount Pleasant was supposed to play Spring Hill on Saturday. So now both those Saturday games will have to be rescheduled to accommodate Summertown and Mount Pleasant playing their District 10 AA game.
So do we have any information on Loretto and Giles County?
We do not have a makeup date as of yet for Loretto at Giles County or for Zion Christian at Riverside Christian.
Right. Okay. So Santa Fe, Wayne County will be at 5 o'clock tomorrow. I just want to make sure that we get this right and let folks know, obviously, as well as we can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tonight, Spring Hill and Marshall County, is that I feel like I wish I could tell you if that was supposed to be a district game or not.
It
but
is.
I just don't know.
That is a district game. That is a District 8 AAA game. I will remind you that Spring Hill, Marshall County, Lawrence County, Lincoln County, Tullahoma are all in the same district now. And
Gotcha.
I will try to tell you who else is in that district. I think it's about a 7-team district now. But I think I can tell you relatively quickly.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Come on now.
Come on now.
All right. Yeah. I don't like that our website does not take you to things in chronological order. When you go looking for something.
I agree. I will agree with that.
And I don't know if there's anything that can be done about it, but if there is, I wish someone would.
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. Lawrence County, Lincoln County, Marshall County, Page, Spring Hill, and Tullahoma now comprise District 8 AAA. So Spring Hill at Marshall County is, in fact, a district game, as is Tullahoma at Lawrence County.
Gotcha.
And so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Page and Lincoln County were scheduled to play tonight. Whether they are or not, I don't know.
All right. So we should probably mention that Columbia Academy is, I guess that's Thursday. Never mind.
What's that?
I was going to say bowling, but I guess there's some.
It's Wednesday.
Columbia Academy as a team is scheduled to play Thursday at 9 a.m. against Briarcrest.
That's correct.
I guess the individual tournament starts tomorrow. I don't know.
It is tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Starts
right.
and finishes tomorrow.
It's all in one day. Okay.
Yeah. There is a story on the website at mainstreetmurray.com regarding that. But yes, Columbia Central will have a couple of guys. Spring Hill will have Jeremy Geralds, who was a top 20 finisher a year ago. And then in Division 2, Columbia Academy will have Connor Burt and Foster Eisenberg bowling on the boys' side, and Lady Bulldog shortstop Tori Duvall on the girls' side. Yeah. And then those three will bowl as part of the CA team in Thursday's Division 2 quarterfinals against Briarcrest, like you said. So.
All right. Well, there you go. I want to make sure we get the bowling in there because I knew it was starting soon or tomorrow. I just didn't know who was bowling tomorrow. So appreciate you having that information available.
I'll try.
Now we want to talk to our friend from up north, not as far north as the other friend, but Williamson Herald's Joe Williams joins us now, and you never know what you're going to hear when Joe's on the line. So we're looking forward to this conversation as always. Joe, how are you?
Not bad. My apologies. My real job got in the way.
Hate
you're
when
fine.
work gets in the way of a good time, huh?
I tell you what, working for a living sucks.
No doubt.
Who you telling?
I know.
Where were you supposed to go tonight, and where are you going tonight, Joe?
Was supposed to go to Brentwood at Franklin. Probably going to the theater chair and relaxing because everything we've got, I think, has been postponed to tomorrow night.
Really? Okay. All right. Hey,
That doesn't sound like a bad place to be, though.
there are worse places to be.
Oh, yeah. It's either that or maybe take off for Lincoln County, and I just don't see that happening today.
Is Paige playing down there?
Yeah. I think, they got to go down there.
I'll tell you, Lincoln County's pretty good. It would be fun to watch, and you could get a slaw burger, but I still don't know if it's worth it.
And honey. Oh yeah. Well, that might be.
It might be worth it. I don't know.
This will be an interesting matchup because Page is the #1 team in the state in AAA, according to this week's AP poll, and Lincoln County is first among those receiving votes. So they are 11th in the top 10, I guess. So this, I guess, is supposed to be the top 2 teams in this district, basically. Should be interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Joe, did you go to Franklin Centennial Friday night?
No, Charles covered that one. I went over to Columbia and Ravenwood.
That's right. Yeah. And where you have self-banned from any further Ravenwood coverage.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Absolutely. Guys, I don't understand it. I really don't. It's like, I think the world at the Whitlock, he's a good guy, but I'm telling you, I'm some kind of just bad mojo. One of my favorite coaches quotes ever was Coach Witt, probably 3 years ago, after a game just like this one. I said, "Look, I'm sorry." He said, "Joe, if you were really the problem, I'd have had you knocked off years ago."
He's from Memphis too, so he may very well have.
Well, yeah, and that was something that did cross my mind. But I have never seen a team go so cold so fast. Now, Columbia had a lot to do with that. Let me tell you, Columbia's got a fine basketball team. And I don't want to take anything away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And a good portion of what happened, some of the shots that didn't fall for Ravenwood were, in fact, good defensive plays. But I'm telling you, there were 8 or 10 shots that were wide open that had fallen all night. And I mean, literally, it was like that. There's that 1/4 inch at the rim where it either goes in or it doesn't. Just a 1/4 of an inch. And they were hitting a 1/4 of an inch every time.
Yeah, but 57-54 final there, which I think is what was pretty well expected out of that one way or the other. Ravenwood's played some pretty good ball this year as well. And, like you said, Columbia Central's got a good ball club. We covered them the next night in the McDonald's shootout, and they beat Spring Hill 50-38. And both Nick Campbell and Q Martin talked about the ability to beat folks in low-scoring games, or when they're able to get up and down like they would prefer to, and they've shown an ability to do both here of late.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly, the first quarter was like Ravenwood led like 23-18, and I remember looking and going, "Hey, they may just bust the clock, both of them, before this is over." And then it slowed down, and as you said, they had Columbia held Ravenwood to 5 field goals in the second half.
That's
5 total field goal.
Yeah,
That's pretty cold.
That's one of the things that I think Nick Campbell, though, has talked about, how important it is for his team to be frustrating to opposing offenses. And they have been to a degree most of the year. And that's what's going to set that's what's going to put Columbia Central, competitive in this district. I mean, they were going to have to do that because, the Williamson County district over the last few years has been one of those where, the low scoring games tend to be with the better teams because of the defense that they play in that district. So he knew that was going to be a factor, and it sounds like he was able to get through to his team at least Friday night.
Oh yeah, and they listened and they responded, and it was a tough time. The Ravenwood faithful had a tough time. The Columbia faithful had a tough time, and the girls, they got behind early, came roaring back twice, and actually took a lead late. And then Reagan Grimes said, "Okay, it's the fourth quarter." It has been a long time since I have seen a player take over a ball game like she did in the fourth quarter.
Mo called it. Mo said she's liable to have 30, and
she had 29.
She had 29, so
slacker.
Good call, Mo.
15. Hey, 15 points, at least 6 boards and 2 steals in the final in fourth quarter, and 5 of those boards were in the last 4 minutes. Went 7 of 8 at free throw line. What's funny is I knew she was having a good fourth quarter, and when I added up, she's got 29 points. You go, wait a minute, she had 14 before that, and he's been real quiet. Just she must have had, out of her 29, she probably had 12 putbacks on offensive rebound. I mean,
there you go. Yeah. When they're not running it through you, just go make your own offense. Go get it and put it back. You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, but they I tell you what, that was a game I enjoyed watching. So, and we'll see what happens. I'm still trying to figure out when it's a district game and when it's not.
Well, we were discussing that before you came. We were discussing that before you came in. Trying to relearn these districts and that kind of thing. And as you look at District 12-4A with Columbia Central, Independence, Summit, Ravenwood, and Nolensville, we've talked about how competitive we expect that boys district to be. On the girls' side, it kind of feels like to me that it may be Ravenwood and everybody else.
Probably. I'm going to throw this at you. I'm going to switch over to the other district. I'm going to tell you the Centennial girls team. Centennial girls team will surprise some people. Just wait and see.
There is a girl that played early last year that left the team or had to leave the team the latter part of last season that I think is back. And if you call her name, I'll remember it. But she scored about 20-something down at Columbia Central last year, and then she was gone. Pretty good scorer for them.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but I can't think of the name right now. Because they've been without Sheridan.
Yes.
Last name Little. That's their point guard. She's been hurt.
Oh wow!
And they've held their own. They took Franklin to overtime, and Franklin's a pretty good team. They've really come around and developed. I think on this 11 side, this is going to be a very competitive year. But I think if you look at what we would consider the old district, I think Ravenwood probably head and shoulders above everybody. With Page being out, Page were still in it. Oh, it'd be good.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you get with 4A. We've had that conversation enough.
I ain't going there.
Yeah, Joe, we appreciate it as always. We thank you for your time, and we will look forward to talking to you again soon because I have some questions about our fairgrounds issue, and it appears there may be some issues. So I want to talk to you about it. So stay by your phone.
I'll be right here.
We appreciate it, man.
All right,
Joe
boys.
Williams
I'll be good.
of the Williamson Herald here on Main Street Sports today. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that game that happened last night. And I've got a question about those super wild card teams I want to pose to you guys. So stick around. Main Street Sports today comes back after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ned Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods is a full-service sporting goods store that supplies everything you, team, or your entire league need for sports. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com. Apparel, equipment, fan gear, from postseason prep to customized trophies at season's end. They've been in business more than 50 years because they give you the best products, the best service, and the best prices possible. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, located in Neely's Mill right here in Columbus. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back into Mo. Help me out.
Welcome back into Main Street Sports today. I'm Maurice Patton along with Chris Yao. And as we come back in, we're going to talk a little NFL playoffs, a super wild card weekend that wasn't terribly super.
No, it wasn't. No, it was. Well, anyway, the performance last night from Kyler Murray was the exact opposite of what we expected.
Yeah, that's whoa.
Huh? Did you lose something?
I clicked on something.
Oh, be careful. Be careful what you click on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, that was not at all what we expected. I kind of thought that Kyler was going to kind of put the team on his back a little bit, and he wound up on his back a little bit, particularly in the end zone on that one play. That was bad. I mean, I don't know if it was offensive line play, or if it was just him, or if it was all of the above, but they were bad. He was bad.
Yeah, I mean, 19 of 34, 137 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Matthew Stafford, conversely, was – raise your hand if you had Matthew Stafford out rushing Kyler Murray in this one.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, here's the thing is Los Angeles was able to run the football. I mean, they ran for like 140-ish yards. And I think that kind of, was the difference in the game because the Cardinals could not run the ball at all.
They couldn't run the ball at all, and and
they got down too early to start trying to run it.
And you didn't expect Cam Akers to be as productive as he was given his injury situation. But I mean, when Sony Michel breaks one off on the first play from scrimmage, it's like, whoa. That got your attention right out the gate. And then Akers comes in, and I don't know what the two of them wound up with, but Arizona never really stopped either one of them.
They combined for 113 on 30 carries. I mean, that's not anything like spectacular, but
it's enough. It's enough to balance you out when you've got Stafford and you've got OBJ and Van Jefferson and Cooper Kupp and the tight end Tyler Higbee. When he's got those weapons, and you can't really key on the passing game because they can be productive handing it off as well.
Exactly. So, and Von Miller was a disruptive, 6 tackles and a sack. I mean,
his first postseason sack since 2015, I think they said.
Gosh, that's insane. I mean, it was a tough night for the Cardinals, a banner night for the Rams, who looked like the early season Rams.
Well,
the Rams
again, that's what they brought Matthew Stafford in for.
Exactly. So congrats to that guy for getting a win. Congrats to him for helping me be the only one to pick that game correctly yesterday. But this Kyler Murray performance had me thinking, was it the worst quarterback performance of the weekend?
Well, you've got some to pick from, I think.
Well, and that is the question. Which one is the worst? Because, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts didn't have a great game. Obviously, Ben Roethlisberger didn't have a great game. Of course.
Dak didn't have a great game, particularly late.
I mean, yeah. So, I don't even know where it ranks.
I don't know. That I think that's a great question, though. But I think it's certainly – I think you could throw those 4 in a bag and almost draw any of them out. I mean – I didn't get to see much of the Bills Patriots, so I don't know how bad Mac Jones was.
Well, Jalen Hurts had a quarterback rating of 65, which is 20 points higher than Kyler Murray. All right. Mac Jones had a QB rating of 80.9. He was 24 of 38 for 232, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Mm-hmm. So that's not bad for a rookie against the Bills. So I'll give him that one. I feel like that's,
what about Derek
not
Carr?
Too bad. Derek Carr actually had a really good game overall. Obviously, he was 29 of 54, 310 yards, a touchdown and a pick. So I mean, and had his team with a chance to win the game. Right. So there's that.
Well, Dak had his at the end. Dak had his team with a chance to win.
He did. Roethlisberger was 29 of 44, 66%, 215, and 2 touchdowns, no picks. He actually had a 95 quarterback rating. One of the better performances.
So he had the best quarterback rating
of those 4
of a losing quarterback.
Yes.
Okay.
Which that's shocking, to say it the least.
As bad as it was, yeah, you wouldn't have, but guess it wasn't his fault.
Dak Prescott, I don't think I looked at Dak's. Dak's he was 23 of 43, 254, a touchdown and a pick. 74.2 quarterback rating. So yes, by QBR, Kyler Murray was by far the worst.
Far and away. Yeah.
So there you go. Looking forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be a lot better. Obviously, the Bengals and Titans kick it off. Sorry, at 3:30 on CBS, followed by the 49ers and Packers in Green Bay, which should be a blast. Then the Rams Bucks at 2:00 on Sunday, and at 5:30, Chiefs and Bills. Chiefs hosting the Bills, which should be fun. Home team's favored to win in all of those, so looking forward to it. But all right, Mo, time to take a break. A little halftime action, because we didn't get a chance to ask this question yesterday, and I want to ask the question. We'll talk about some unique stuff, so stick around. Halftime coming up on Main Street Sports Today.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ned Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Mo, listen, we've been... if you've listened to this show at all, how much we love food. And I mean, look, the fact is that on Twitter right now, one of the biggest things going on is I guess it's kind of dividing America right now. Taco Bell wings. A lot of folks say they might just be good. You know, KFC owns Taco Bell, right? So I don't know if like that's part of it, or like is KFC not getting the business it needs, so they're trying to like push some wings over to Taco Bell. What's going on here? You eating them?
No. I made the mistake years and years and years ago of getting steak tacos at Taco Bell, and it was a mistake. And somebody called me out on it. I think it was actually Teresa Walker. It's like, what did you expect? And
yeah, it's Taco Bell.
And so I kind of gave myself the V8. I mean, you're right. Yeah, what steak? No. So no, I'm not eating Taco Bell wings.
I hear you. I don't blame. I don't know. I'll tell you what, and I'm gonna make half the people who listen to this show really angry. I would eat the Taco Bell wings before I will eat another In-N-Out burger. JP's probably mad at me right now. See?
What about a Whataburger, though?
Whataburger, perfect. We'll eat Whataburger every day. In-N-Out, trash. Anyway, we got to get to the other side of this out of halftime, man. So let's take it to the other side. We'll see you in a minute. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods is a full-service sporting goods store that supplies everything you, team, or your entire league need for sports. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com. Apparel, equipment, fan gear, from postseason prep to customized trophies at season's end. They've been in business more than 50 years because they give you the best products, the best service, and the best prices possible. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, located in Neely's Mill right here in Columbus. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com.
First half is in the books. It's time for the second half. Once again, with the Hall of Famer and Sports Writer of the Year. Here's a Sub-Drop kid from Alabama, Chris Yap.
Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by our friends at Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. I'm Chris Yao. I am joined by Mo Patton, JP Plant, the voice you just heard. We appreciate all of the hard work he has done to get us going on here on Main Street Sports Today, and we will continue bringing you the most comprehensive and timely sports coverage throughout the mid-state, including some college hoops that will take place tonight in Nash Vegas Memorial Gymnasium, the site of Tennessee Vanderbilt men's hoops. And Mo, this is a game that I think Vanderbilt has to feel like it can win with how, based on how Tennessee has played recently.
They certainly have to. Well, based on how Vanderbilt has played here recently. I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Vanderbilt going down to Athens and getting that 73-66 win on Saturday. Now, I mean, I don't think Georgia is that great, but the fact that Vanderbilt has at least 2 SEC road wins, and one of them was at Arkansas. And, say what you will about Georgia, but Arkansas was certainly supposed to be maybe a top 4, top 5 team in the SEC, and Fayetteville's not an easy place to play. And so for Vanderbilt to go over there and get one and then stack another one on the road on top of that this weekend, I think Vanderbilt has to feel pretty good about them, regardless of what Tennessee is bringing in. Now, Tennessee's got to be real in a little bit. What, they've lost 2 of their last 3?
Yes. Going back, obviously, to
back to the LSU game last Saturday, they lost.
Yeah, they lost 3 of their last 5.
And did not look good in the overtime win against Ole Miss at all.
No, they didn't.
So, I mean, Tennessee's ranked 24th. Again, I think they walked into a hornet's nest up at Rupp. I just think that was I think under the circumstances, that was an unwinnable ball game. I really do. There was no way Kentucky was going to lose on the day that Joe B. Hall died. At home. I don't think that was going to happen, regardless of who it was. It could have been Auburn, I think. But that said, Tennessee hasn't played well here of late.
No.
And, and you can't Memorial Magic is still a thing, I believe. I will not be surprised if Vanderbilt wins this ball game tonight. I think Tennessee is more talented, but I don't know which Tennessee team's going to show up.
Well, ironically, they both give up exactly the same amount of points per game to the 10th, 63.6 points a game. That's unusual. But
highly.
Tennessee is really good on the boards. They're better at creating turnovers. Vanderbilt's not good at taking care of the basketball. So I think there's a lot that could go into it. I'm curious to watch this one. I think it's going to be a good basketball game. I think it will be a better basketball game than a lot of folks thought it would be a month ago.
Mm-hmm. And credit Vanderbilt with that.
Sure.
I think they took a lot of confidence out of their performance out in Hawaii over the holidays and kind of rolled that into some things here since the beginning of the year. And again, I just keep going back to that Arkansas win. I think that's a huge win for a team that was really, struggling for identity, I think.
Sure. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Again, it will be tonight. You can see that on SEC Network. I believe tip-off is at 8 p.m. Central. So be looking forward to it. I wonder who will be on the call for that. I wonder if Drew Maddox will be in the building. I don't know. I do know that the other SEC Network game tonight is it's not Arkansas. It's who is it? Yeah, Arkansas, South Carolina. Arkansas hosting South Carolina. So
South Carolina is not very good. That could be ugly.
Could be. It's funny that you say that though, because I think South Carolina beat Vanderbilt.
They did. And
So
72-70. And that's a game that's a game, even for the Arkansas win on the road, the Georgia win on the road, I think they lost to South Carolina in between, 72-70.
Yeah. So there you go.
And so it's just further indication that this league is going to be crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be nuts. And tonight, I think, is going to be indicative of that. I really do. I want to kind of go into some college football here before we get to Chip Walters, who is standing by at the top of the hour. Northwestern quarterback Hunter Johnson spent 4 years at Northwestern after he transferred from Clemson. Well, now he's headed back to Clemson. And if this ain't the weirdest thing, right? Like, how do you transfer from somewhere and then transfer back?
Well,
I guess when Trevor Lawrence is gone, you figure you have a chance now.
Well, your national championship quarterback did the same thing.
Yeah,
Stetson Bennett left. That it's a little different, but
it's a little different.
But I mean, this kid was playing at Northwestern, was he not?
Yeah, he was the starter, and now he's going to be the quarterback at Clemson. Where
is he going to be the quarterback at Clemson?
Who else is going to be right now? Right now, who else is? It's not Uiagalelei. I mean, based on this year, it's not. And so Hunter Johnson, who comes in and
wasn't Uiagalelei a sophomore this year?
Yes.
I mean, do guys not get the opportunity to get better?
I don't think you can at Clemson. I think you've got it's not a situation where you have that luxury. And I don't think it's his fault. I think it's just that's the expectation at this point, right? I thought he did get better. I mean, they won 8 of their last 9. So, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that he can't be the starter, but I think you go into it with a pretty open room. I mean, I don't think either one of them is the guaranteed starter.
Well, and I don't think either one of them is the next Trevor Lawrence. And as you've said on more than one occasion,
he's got to be.
He's got to. Dabo's got to have an elite quarterback, and I don't think elite. I'm not sure how many elite quarterbacks have played at Northwestern.
They had one a couple years ago, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was really, really good. I mean, he's not, for the Big Ten. This kid last year, he doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to just show up and win you a national championship.
Right.
So, who knows, man? I still think JT Daniels could run up there and be the starter immediately and put them back in a situation where they think they should be.
Well, apparently he's going to run up somewhere and do something because he's in the portal. But it was interesting. Yeah. I retweeted that yesterday that he was in the portal, and somebody pointed out that he apparently struggles with playbooks. Now, I don't have that kind of insight. I don't know. I'm certainly not repeating that. I'm just saying someone else said it. I ain't saying. I'm just saying.
Right.
But so maybe JT Daniels isn't what we think he is either.
I mean, arm talent wise, I think he's got it. But to play at that level, you have to understand intricacies of playbooks. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You can't just go out there and sling it. It's not how it works. Not at this level anyway. I mean, if you want to go play at, Jacksonville State, feel free. I think you could probably be successful there doing that, but you're not going to do it here. So It is what it is. Robbie Ashford from Oregon.
From Hoover, right?
Well, yeah, but is headed to Auburn, and he's not the only Oregon Duck that's headed to the Plains.
Which I think is really odd. There's a
my question is Bo Nix up there sending folks to Auburn?
If you're Dan Lanning, you got to wonder. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
I have no idea what they're doing, but I mean, hey, go for it, man. You do you. We've got Chip Walters coming up on the other side of the break. He's going to talk about the Blue Raiders and so much more. So please stick around for Chip right after this on Main Street Sports Today. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ned Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Jones & Lang Sporting Goods is a full-service sporting goods store that supplies everything you, team, or your entire league need for sports. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com. Apparel, equipment, fan gear, from postseason prep to customized trophies at season's end. They've been in business more than 50 years because they give you the best products, the best service, and the best prices possible. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, located in Neely's Mill right here in Columbus. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
From the Blue Raiders to the two-tone blue, welcome back to Main Street Sports Today. Once again with the Hall of Famer Mo Patton. There's that Sundrop kid from Alabama, Chris Yao.
Sports Today, and the Sundrop is flowing freely here. We have top 5 coming up in the next segment, and we have yet to come up with a category.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I was just going through my old list of potential categories, and I thought, since we, recently had the Sports Writer of the Year come out, just thinking about dream jobs. My dream job was this. But if we weren't doing this, what jobs would we be doing? So,
well, there's a big difference in if we weren't doing this, what jobs would we be doing, and our dream jobs?
Well, okay, if this is not an option, what would you want to do, right?
Okay,
so
that's cool. Dream jobs.
So be thinking about that. I've got a couple on my list, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get there, our friend Chip Walters has a pretty cool job himself.
He does indeed.
As the voice of the Blue Raiders, Middle Tennessee State University's Blue Raiders. Chip, welcome in. Good to see you.
How are you, fellas?
Doing well. How about you, Chip?
Doing okay. It's funny how a couple of wins over a weekend get your attitude straightened out and, moving forward, but pretty good weekend. Men swept 2 at home in totally different fashions, and the Lady Raiders lost a tough overtime game at FIU, but picked up a road win there. So all in all, not too bad, and just heading on down the road, just starting to hopefully build some momentum, in the league, and hope that teams that have some COVID issues are getting those things behind them now. We're starting to see, some better numbers through, in a lot of the areas. So it's something that is still, still out there, but hopefully we're getting it behind us.
The women got a split and they got a trip to Florida, so you can't be too mad.
There you go. and they didn't have to travel too far between games. When you're going between FIU and FAU, it's about an hour and 10-minute bus ride, so that's not so bad.
Could be worse. Chip saw some news on the Twitter, as Chipper Jones would say, earlier today. I guess MTSU football is down a coach.
Down an offensive coordinator. And when you have success, opportunities follow. And I think when you look at the job that Brent Dearman did at Middle this year, working with 4 different starting quarterbacks throughout the season, and still, put an offense together that averaged right at 30 points a game, and you go win a bowl game against what a lot of folks thought was the best team in the MAC, then you're going to get some attention. And the part that kind of bristles you a little bit, that it's with FAU, and the part of the reason is that they're one of those that are going to the American. So it's an opportunity. He felt like he needed to take. I texted him and gave him the "say it ain't so" text, and he texted back and said, he just said, yeah, he goes, we just felt it was the best move for our family at this point. And
What?
wish
To
him
go to
all the best.
Boca?
Yep, he's going to Boca.
So, God, who would want to do that?
Yeah, exactly. So, but wish him the best, except for one game next year. So, and he's got to come to Murfreesboro. So, but we'll see.
What do you feel like the prospects are for his successor? Is his successor on staff?
I don't necessarily know that he is right now, and I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but you never say never, but I would think the coach you're thinking about, he's had 1 year of experience on the field, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not the one making the decision. I ran into one of the recruiting guys this weekend because they had official visits going on, and I said, "Hey, you're going to be the new offensive coordinator?" He goes, "No, I don't know who it's going to be, but I know Coach's phone's been blowing up." So, that's a nice sign that folks feel they see it as a good position, and I think Brent Dearman made that position better this year. So, I think I think he left it better than he got it, and that will only mean that the level of candidates will probably be better than what it was a year ago.
So this has been percolating for a minute then.
I heard about it late, like Friday, something like that. So that was the first I'd heard of it. And as in most of these things, they happen pretty quickly. Middle also has a linebacking coach to take care of. Sariki Diabate, who was the linebacker coach at Middle, came here with Schaefer, played for Schaefer at Syracuse, and then got into coaching up there and came here. He has taken a similar position under Jim Mora at UConn. And so congratulations to him. So a couple of positions that'll be filled.
So Diabate must like being cold then, huh?
Apparently, because he was and he's from Africa, grew up over there, and came to play to study, and turns out he was a terrific athlete and played football, and he is an absolutely fantastic guy, and really wish him all the best. And he players loved him. He always had a smile on his face, and he'll do well with the folks at UConn.
Well, he'll have his work cut out for him.
He does. I mean, you can always go up, and that's what you figure, like that staff probably feels like they come in up there with a pretty clean slate and nowhere to go but up. And in some ways, that's frustrating because the reason you're taking over is because they weren't very good a year ago. But the other part is you can have fun and tinker and in the lab and have a lot of fun and grow it. So that'll be fun for him.
Speaking with Chip Walters here on Main Street Sports Today, the voice of the Blue Raiders as they come off of a couple of big wins on the hardwood on the men's side and a split on the women's side this weekend in South Florida.
Yeah.
Worst places to be. I mean, if you got to lose a game somewhere, you'd rather it be there than a lot of other places, I guess. So what's the schedule look like this week, Mr. Walters?
Well, there is a little bit of piece of news with the schedule, but as the Conference USA mirrored schedule works this week, the opponent is Southern Miss for both. The women go on the road, so this will be their third straight road game, and then starting next week, the women will play 3 straight home games. The guys will have 3 straight road games, but women play at 2:00 Saturday. There are no midweek games this week for either team. So, and there's a couple of those weeks in the schedule. And one of them is when you play your travel partner, which is UAB. The other is when there's everybody has one school they do not play, and that for middle is Louisiana Tech. So when you play that couplet of teams, Louisiana Tech and Southern Miss, you don't have a midweek game. So it's Saturday. Now the piece of news is that Saturday's game for the men was scheduled for 5:00, and if you, I'm sure you're well aware, there is something going on starting about 3:30 on Saturday. So in order for Blue Raider fans to support one of their own in the NFL playoffs, tip-off has been moved up to 1:00. And so the day will start at noon with a fan mixer with the football team. They'll have Bahamas Bowl posters for signing and that kind of thing. So that'll go on up on the track. And then tip-off against Southern Miss at 1:00. And everybody has time to get home for kickoff for the Titans and Bengals.
So I figure y'all will play triple overtime on Saturday then.
Don't even start. Don't even start. But, we could. I hope not. I hope not. But
seriously though, that is pretty cool that you guys had the foresight to do that, and that whatever else had to happen, Southern Miss, the conference, signing off on doing that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I don't think Southern Miss had to think about it very long, because see, do we want to take a 6-hour bus ride starting at 7 p.m. or do we want to take it starting at 3:30? And so I think that's part of it to get, for them, it was probably an easy decision. The other part would probably be working out with ESPN, because that is an ESPN Plus game. So they just have to make sure ESPN is okay with that time change. And we had to work it out with our radio affiliates before anything was announced. So that's all said and good. And, it's gotten some play in the Nashville media that Coach Stock texted Kevin last night to tell him what the basketball team, had done so fans could, catch both games. And he was really excited about that and thought that was a pretty cool deal.
Yeah. Chip, as you were explaining the Southern Miss situation and no midweek game, I was fascinated. Why is it that everybody doesn't play everybody? And how do you determine who it is that you don't play?
Well, it's the conference schedule. You play an 18-game schedule. And let's see, if you play everybody in your division, which that would be 6 times 2, that's 12. And then you play everybody in the other division one time except for one team. Okay. And so that gives you 18 games. And so I think it's kind of a rolling thing. It's probably on a 2-year cycle, but obviously that's going to be fruit basket turnover here in the next couple of years, with teams leaving, teams coming in, and that kind of thing. But that's the way it worked out this year. Is it was not Louisiana Tech was not on the docket.
Well, I'm sure no one has heard about not going to Ruston.
Well, that I understand that, and the biggest reason is they're pretty doggone good. And I always enjoy, I enjoy every stop in the league, most of them. Hattiesburg is fun. And Ruston, when we used to make that trip, my man Dave Nitz, who was the longtime radio voice at Tech, he did it for over 40 years at Tech, and he is now backed off of football and basketball and doing just baseball down there, but always a chance to catch up with him. And John Cox, who does the radio at Southern Miss, he's done it for 40 years there. So I get to see John this weekend, and that'll be good. But Middle, is going for they're kind of making their own little piece of history here on the men's side. They're going for their 11th straight home win. They're undefeated at home this year, and 9 in a row. They won the last 2 last year. So they're putting a little momentum together, and this team is starting to be kind of a boa constrictor defensively. They're really doing a good job of shutting teams down. Gave up 39 to FIU on Saturday night. And Mo, the last time Middle scored 50 because both teams are really good defensively. And so 89 total points. Our friends in the desert said the over and under would be 140. And it turned out that there were 89 scored in the game. The last time there were less points scored in a Middle basketball game was a month after I graduated from college in January of 1985, when Middle and Eastern Kentucky cobbled together 88 points in a game.
I don't remember who the coach up at Eastern Kentucky was at that point, but he
was probably Mike Polio.
Big defensive guy, obviously.
Yeah, there you go. Or bad offensive guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the two. Chip, good luck this week. Enjoy it. It's going to be fun. I was hoping you guys might put up a big projector screen and just play the game in the arena at 3:30, but getting home and watching it won't be too bad either. But we appreciate your time as always, and looking forward to next week and talking about some Blue Raiders hoops, football, and all that comes with it, man. Thank you.
All right, I got to go close on a house.
Hey, choose Chip.
There you go. Thank you, boys.
All right. That's Chip Walters here on Main Street Sports Day. When we come back, Top 5 Tuesday. Top 5 dream jobs or jobs we would have if we weren't doing this. I don't know. However it works out, it's how it works out. Come back and we'll figure it out together. Right after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ned Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods is a full-service sporting goods store that supplies everything you, team, or your entire league need for sports. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com. Apparel, equipment, fan gear, from postseason prep to customized trophies at season's end. They've been in business more than 50 years because they give you the best products, the best service, and the best prices possible. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, located in Neely's Mill right here in Columbus. Call 388-8060 or go to jonesandlang.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Mopat and JP Plant here with you on this Tuesday edition. It is Top 5 Tuesday, and if you missed any part of the show, you can go back and watch it at MS_sports today. That's at MS_sports today on Twitter. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, or you can just visit the link that's in our bio on our Twitter, and it will have a link to the podcast where you can download Apple or Spotify podcasts. You can subscribe there. You can also watch the show. It is embedded into that website, so you can just watch it right there, or you can listen to the podcast right there on that screen as well. So however you would like to listen or go back, please feel free to do that. Make sure to turn the notifications on for when we go live if you're watching on Facebook, because obviously that helps us as well. We want to reach as many people across the mid-state as possible, and we cannot do that without your help. So share, comment on the videos. The more you like, share, and comment, the more people who will see it, and we appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. It's Top 5 Tuesday, brought to you by Mid-South 5 Fitness. Mid-South 5 Fitness in Dallas Steel and the folks. SteelAthletes.com. That's STEEL athletes.com. Dallas Steel doing a great job, and we appreciate him with all he does at Mid-South 5 Fitness. All right, Mo, like I said, we're just going to kind of make this up as we go. This is my dream job. I mean, so it's hard. This would be my number one, I guess, technically, but I'm calling it my gold standard. So I've got 5 others that if I weren't doing this, these would be the 5 jobs that I would love to have more than anything. So that's the way I'm going. Let's get started. Number 5, I'm going to start, and I will give you travel blogger.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Let me get paid to travel, please and thank you. What you got?
I'll go next, I guess. My number 5, as I was growing up, before I realized how much schooling it would take, I was always fascinated with the law and, being an attorney and that kind of thing. And I still like watching those type shows and that kind of thing. I'm a huge Bull fan. So I guess attorney would probably be my number 5.
We could talk about Bull on halftime sometime later this week.
All right.
JP?
Yeah, these are coming together. I've got 3 down now, and I think I have ideas for 2 more. But I think this one, and I don't know exactly what genre to specify it down, but a TV critic.
There you go.
I watch a lot of TV.
Sure.
And, having been behind the camera and saw how things are made, at least from live sporting events and things of that nature. I look at things and watch them maybe differently than some, and I find it fascinating. So, maybe I could leverage all that time spent in front of the TV to let you know.
I think a sports TV critic specifically,
yeah.
JP. Yeah,
I think that would be good. I could do that. I think I could do it.
I think you could.
Let's start something. Why
not? Yeah, we'll just.
I mean,
that's what we'll do. We'll just start critiquing.
We'll just start it.
We'll let you do it.
I mean, we watch enough stuff. We'll just get going.
Well, I don't know what to look for though, like you do. So
he can teach us.
I think you would be really good at that though. Seriously. Chris, what's your number 4?
But you bring credibility, Mo.
That's right. My number 4 would be a cruise ship director.
Hey, I could
Julie McCoy, huh?
I could absolutely see you doing that.
I mean, I think it would be cool.
You would get into that.
Get the entertainment scheduled and kind of, it would be cool.
If I could guarantee that I wouldn't get hurt, a race car driver.
Oh, come on!
Wow, really?
I would love.
I mean, driving fast legally, yes, please.
Stock car, Indy, F1,
stock car.
Yeah, he don't want to be outside. He don't want to be open wheel.
You want something over your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, there's that roll cage. All right, number 4 for me, a restaurant bar owner. I know
Okay.
I know it's hard work.
It's hard work. Trust me.
And it's a lot of work.
It is. But just being able to kind of curate a menu, a drink menu, a vibe, I think that would be a lot of fun.
My number 3, I could come to your restaurant and bar and be a food critic.
There you go.
Thank you for the segue. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, and thank you for the segue, because that's my number 3 as well.
Hey!
We knew that it would all come together.
So we could come and hammer JP's restaurant / bar.
Yeah. That's right. 5 stars, baby.
Yep.
JP, you're 3.
Number 3. I don't know if this morphs into what I'm already doing, but I'm kind of short on things at the moment. But radio, something in radio, and I don't know if I don't want to own. Maybe I do want to own a radio station. I don't know.
Well, you have the online radio thought that's been going for
I
a
don't
while,
know.
so
I'm kind of short on things, but
yeah, you're good.
I have a definitive one, and you'll
get that coming. My number 2 is very similar to kind of what we do here. I would love to be a voice actor.
Okay.
I think that would be cool, because I can do different voices. I mean, I can imitate some things that we have, but also I can make my own. So anyway.
Okay.
My number 2, and I guess it stems from my college days. I wouldn't mind being in athletic media relations.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a dream job for something in that field. I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
JP, your number 2?
I don't, if he's got a number 2.
Yeah, I got a number 2. Just came to me kind of a network curator of shows. You know, you got all these new streaming platforms that are coming up. Somebody's got to kind of curate a vision, a plan, a type of show. I think I would be good for that. I would enjoy that.
I would agree with that. You would be good.
I would enjoy that. Yeah.
My number 1, and this is going to come to no surprise to you guys, but you know, after the hit that I had with the Pizza Hut song, a country music singer-songwriter.
There you go.
I'm going to take your word for it. I've not heard you, and I'm just not sure I want to. But anyway, my number.
We'll go to Dolan's to karaoke one night.
Yeah, no. My number 1. If I could be anything I wanted to be, it would probably be a sports agent.
An agent.
Yeah.
I like that.
3% of everything.
There you
Number
go.
1, JP.
Number 1 would be a traveling food show producer.
Yeah.
Traveling food show producer.
Like producing Triple D or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't need to be the host. I mean, I could, but I think just, you know, being the producer for that, traveling around, I think that would be fun. That'd be
there's no doubt it would be. There you go. All right. There's Top 5 Tuesday, brought to you by Mid-South 5 Fitness and our Top 5 Dream Jobs. Come back tomorrow. It's Wild and Wacky Wednesday. We have more sports to talk about. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come back for the NMSA's Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year, the Hall of Famer Mo Patton. I'm Chris Yao, JP Plant here as well. We appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow.